Hey everyone, Coach Ha here with a little bit of Ha Boost at the Ha Boost channel. So it's morning over here before I get going with work. And lately, since the sun has been coming out, shining, been sitting out here in the back, just being able to have a moment to just be in stillness and also just having a moment just to calm my nervous system down. Those are things. And one of the things I was thinking about is if we're typically, for those I'm talking to, people who may be productive, busy, just constantly doing things, having the weight of roles, tasks, responsibilities, things that we're having to address on a day-to-day basis, and we tend to get caught up in the rat race of those things in life. And so sometimes it's good just to have a reminder, friendly reminder, if you're hearing this or from someone else, you hear it over and over again, but sometimes it could just take just being on this, listening to the video or listening to something else that just catches you, just to reel you back in, and yeah, just to be able to have a little bit of grounding, a base, an anchor. Last video I posted was about empty your mind, and then I'm still kind of in the Bruce Lee space of stillness. Stillness is another thing he talks about, comes from stillness is another thing. In the other scripture would be still and know that I'm God. Those are things, there's intention and reasons behind those things, especially just to help with any type of bit of responsibility, weight of the world, what you're carrying. Sometimes we carry things that we need to offload in any way, and one of the ways to offload it is just having a moment, whether it's just a minute, just to start with. Breathing. Last time I was teaching how to breathe, but coming from stillness, being able to relax, being able to breathe. And so the other thing I was thinking about, why not use nature to help calm our nervous system down? Because that's where a lot of chronic fatigue, diseases, health comes from and stems from as well. It's just we don't know how to ground ourselves, to reset and recharge, to take some of the load, the weight off our thoughts, anything that carry on, because all those things where we start from the gut and the brain, it starts to carry on into our nervous system. But stillness is one. And the other thing I was thinking about, that it was just a simple thing, but being grateful. You hear about those things, we talked about it, but really actually intentionally using it in a way that can help shift the mood, the energy, the state of mind you could be in without realizing it, because we could build a pattern from over the years, whether we're young, whether wherever we're at, from our teenage to adult to our later stages in life, that we could wire ourselves to have a bit of carry on a lot of load without learning how to offload it as well. I think that is something that the little things we can teach ourselves, learning how to breathe and learning how to relax, and then taking some of that off our weight in between. If you haven't watched the Empty Your Mind, go back onto my Ha Boost page, look for the Empty Your Mind, and watch that. I kind of go through some of the breathing exercises, and so I don't want to really do it on here because it's a different topic that I want to talk about. But gratefulness, I want to talk about gratefulness because there's a moment this past few days that I was thinking about a lot of stuff, things at work, things that I feel like I need to work towards, that I'm not there yet, that I'm not aligned with. And so that misalignment plays a role with not being settled. Hopefully I'm talking to some of you. And so not being aligned where you feel like you need to be, where you want to be. We're chasing that alignment or your dreams or whatever you feel like your purpose that you're created for. Those are the things. So one of the things I did is we can be in the rat race of chasing those things as well, whether it's responsibility, caretaking, any roles that you feel like you need to take a hold of, is just stopping and just saying, I'm grateful. Just pausing and say, I'm grateful. So if there's a lot of stuff going on, just take a moment, step outside, go somewhere, or sometimes you need to step away from the environment where you're not being bombarded with the thoughts, the environment, the people around you. So you just need to step outside, step away from it. That way you have a moment to have a space, create the space so you can actually say, I'm grateful, and being grounded with that, and also being in the present. When you say I'm grateful, you pull yourself to being in the present as well. So start with that. If you find yourself overwhelmed with things, thoughts, carrying some loads of weight, the task, anything that you feel like you need to take care of along the way, whether it's just families, kids, spouse, anything from, if you're an athlete, sports, to work, anything in life. And so if you find yourself in that space of overwhelm, just pause, stop, and just say, I'm grateful. Just actually be grateful. Be in that present. Just say, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. That shift, it pulls, if you think about it, actually, if you have it and really be in tune with it, of being grateful, just say, I'm grateful, and being in tune with it, that pulls in like some happy thoughts. Like it shifts into a better energy, a better vibe. And so something to be intentional. I don't know if anyone actually said it in this way of what being grateful is, but if anything, just saying I'm grateful, and then maybe think of some things. If you want, think of some things what you're grateful for, just having that moment. But if you just say stop, pause, and just say I'm grateful, breathe, having that moment, letting those grateful thoughts coming into your mind, your thoughts, all the way down to your heart, your spirit, your soul, your intention, your being, and being in that present. And then if you want to add to what you're grateful for, you can. If you want to add prayer thoughts to our Creator as well, you can, to the universe. But that would be the start, to start shifting and just having that practice. The little things make the big things, those tiny habits as well. So hopefully this helps, and let me know if it does. Just making that intention, that shift as well, can go a long way. So I'm definitely honored and blessed to share this with you. I'm grateful as well, and let me know if this helps. All right, you all have a blessed day. God bless. Love you all.